Alex, just talking to Reese Johnson prior to the practice, he's just really excited about the amount of resources that are available here with Toronto. And I just saw you talking to Steve Sullivan there. What kind of resources is a guy like that who's played so many NHL games?
Yeah, I mean, it's exactly that. I really respect Sully, and I mean, as everyone does, he's played a lot of games in the NHL, so just trying to he's our power play coach, so oftentimes I'm talking offense with him and stuff like that. Just there's not a lot of opinions that I value more than his offensively. Like he played in the NHL that long as kind of an undersized but competitive guy, and he really thinks the game well, and I'm just trying to constantly learn and then also just work on our power play and understand how I can be better. And Reese is very, perceptive to think about that. Like the resources, they're really good here, and any good pro is going to take advantage of them.
And I think over the course of, you spend a little bit of time here, you begin to think, oh, well, that's just what everybody does, but obviously it isn't. What do you see as just that availability of all that information and what you've been able to process in your time here? What has it lent to your game?
I mean, it's definitely lent a lot. It's just gaining that confidence to ask questions. And one thing that, I try to press upon myself is, we have a great staff here and people who are readily available. But even if you don't think someone's available, just force them to be available and force them to answer your questions and stuff like that. Because, if you're ambitious and you have a question you want answered or want to improve in some way, sometimes you got to work for it a little bit. So that's Sully doesn't bite though, so he's very open to talk about whatever I ask him, and he seeks me out sometimes as well. So Sully, all the other people too, we have a great relationship, and I think it's smart to take advantage of that stuff and carry it with you wherever you go.
Sometimes you get into a game, you come out of it with a win, and it somehow builds more confidence than a lot of other games in the schedule. You feel that way about that Providence game? It felt like there was a little bit more juice added to the team.
It was a big win, and we understood before the game how big it was. Just the dialogue amongst ourselves and things like that. It's I don't think late February, early March necessarily going as well as we like in terms of the wins and losses. So to kind of come out of that with a big win in Bridgeport, we knew it's always tight to kind of get out of those funks. But then the big thing is not falling back into the funk and putting the pedal down again. And no better test than Providence. They're a pretty loaded team that I think should be around near the end of the year. So the dialogue in the room was great. We wanted the challenge. And we accepted it, and now we have arguably even a bigger challenge this weekend with 2 games against a really good Checkers team. So you want to be a team that gets remembered and does some good things down the stretch. You got to beat good teams and position yourselves as well as possible heading into the year. Not just standings, but the way you're playing and feeling as a group. So Wednesday was a good step for that. Win on Saturday would be another huge step. So,
Jacob, every so often in a hockey season, you run into a team, you play a team, and you gain a lot of confidence out of a win. You guys feel like you did that against Providence on Wednesday?
Yeah, I felt like we played a more complete game. We've been struggling a little bit there to kind of get our foot on the offensive side, but felt good. We played good defensively, and we scored some goals, so it felt good.
What does it mean coming into this weekend? This Charlotte team, obviously a quality team as well. Where are you guys at as far as facing them at Scotiabank on Saturday?
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun game, a good challenge for us. See if we can keep the momentum going. They're a good team off the rush, so we got to make sure in that area. But it's gonna be a fun one tomorrow.
You like the afternoon start, the 1:30 game?
I personally love them. Just wake up, go to the rink. It's good start time. Got the night after, so it's good.
John, a productive bit of business today at practice?
Yeah, it was. We had a day off yesterday, well deserved. The guys deserved it. But we have a really good team coming in, so we had to make sure, especially being our first early practice in a while, that we had the guys humming and making sure they're ready to go for tomorrow afternoon.
That Providence team played with same kind of speed and skill, it seemed like, that you guys play with. What do you see in this Charlotte team? Same kind of thing?
Yeah, they play with the same speed. I think they're a little bit more north-south as far as they like to work you down low. They got some big, strong forwards, so we got to get pucks stopped. They're gonna be a different challenge for us. But if we bring that same juice and jam that we had with the ability to track and play in the D-zone coverage, I think we'll do really well.
When you look at your lineup now and setting it through, kind of for the next 6 weeks, what do you like about the crew that you have?
Well, I think there's some identity there. I think we've been searching a little bit, but we have to get guys in. But when it gets down to the crunch time, we got to give them the best chance to put them in a chance to succeed and give our team a really good chance to win. So I liked how Reese and that fourth line, so-called on paper is fourth line, but they play like a third line, and our third line plays like a second line. So I like our balancing in our lineup, and I think it has some good chemistry within it.